So I'm going to make a motion that we reconvene our board meeting.
All in favor?
Second.
Oh, second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Alrighty, let's continue. We are at our consent agenda cases.
Valerie, you want to make a motion?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to accept the cases that are on the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's do this. Was there any discussion on those? Somewhere in there, we've got to have a
Opportunity.
opportunity to discuss any
Yeah,
cases
that's right.
that anyone,
So we
Okay.
don't call the vote,
Yeah.
so
So-
we're at a motion and a second.
okay.
Any discussion?
Any discussion on any of these cases? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we can move forward.
Okay.
Non-consent.
Okay, on the non-consent agenda, we have no cases. For the non-concurrence cases, we have no cases. For the review of appeals, we have no cases. For the serious use of force officer-involved shooting cases, we have none. The POB review of any Garrity materials, we have
That's-
none.
No, that's
that's
Okay.
Leonard.
Um,
That's Leonard.
Mr. Harness, do we have any?
Thank you for your report.
May I ask a question, though, before we move on to something else? That, the case that you brought up, the 053-18 from last month that was appealed, is that something that's going to be reviewed
It'll come to our next,
to your, that's,
Meeting.
yeah, that's my question.
And then
is-
back
Okay,
here.
thank you.
And also Ed's going to make it available again for everyone on the board.
Okay.
to
And your next
review it.
meeting is when?
Is September the 25th at 1 o'clock.
25?
right ahead of the outreach.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Mr. Harness, do we have any Garrity materials that we need to review?
Chair Waits, no, not at this time.
Okay.
Chair Waits,
Yes.
may I ask Director Harness, do we need to vote on Garrity material? We have those two cases. The case pertaining to the 7-year-old child, I know that's going to be coming to us, I believe, in October. Are there Garrity materials in connection to that case that we need to vote to review?
Well, let's see. Chair Waits, Member Van Deventer, there are certainly Garrity interviews in the file, yes. It's not on the agenda at this point.
Oh,
So does that mean we can't see it in October? Or we can't see the Garrity materials in our review because it wasn't on the agenda today?
Chair Waits, Board Member Fine, that's correct.
Okay. We can't keep having that. We can't have that.
Can we make sure we get it on the next month's agenda if we have?
Well, I guess my question would be, how am I to anticipate what Garrity materials you want to review from any particular case? You know, we have other investigations going on, so I would need to know what investigations you want to review the Garrity materials for, so I can put them on the agenda.
Am I not clear that in a previous conversation that we had at one of these board meetings, that the Garrity materials are for officer-involved shootings, or is it for anything?
I will have to, Chair Waits, Board Member Fine, I'll have to review the ordinance as it relates to that.
So, yeah, once you review it, can you just communicate it to us and what's required to review Garrity materials? Okay.
And also, I'm sorry, excuse me, Mayor. As you're doing that, is there opportunity I know that it works that way for officer-involved shootings and use of force cases and whatever, that's our main purview, but isn't there opportunity for us to review other cases that we as a board decide in the ordinance? Doesn't that provide for us to review other cases as we decide need be? I don't know if that's worded clearly, I'm sorry.
Chair Waits, Board Member Galloway, yes, that would be after a completed investigation. If in fact you don't concur with the findings, then you can decide that you disagree with the findings, and then upon a review of the file, make a recommendation.
May I add one more thing? What would be the harm of listing for the Garrity materials any case that we might be interested in reviewing that were included Garrity materials? What would be the harm in that? If we chose not to do it, then we would still have put it on the agenda, is my point. And we can choose not to review it if we choose not to. It's just the process of the board saying you can do this and voting on it.
Chair Waits, Member Fine, if you want me to list every case that's being investigated in the Garrity materials, then I guess that's what I would have to do.
Well, I still think it was officer-involved shootings that we were talking about, but that's the only ones I've ever reviewed are officer-involved shootings.
Chantel?
Chair Waits,
I'm sorry.
I'm wondering, on this agenda, is just POB review of Garrity materials in and of itself not sufficient to take a vote on reviewing Garrity materials? It has to be done on a specific case-by-case basis?
Chair Waits, Board Member Vandementer, that's correct. Must be specified because of the review of the review of Garrity materials entails preparing those records for you to review at Internal Affairs.
Right.
Okay, so then I think what I will do is I will ensure that we organize ourselves around this issue at our next PMP meeting. That way we don't keep doing this.
And yeah, we can't keep doing this. And the other thing is, I think it wasn't just, as I think of it, officer-involved shootings, it was also serious uses of force. It was the cases we were reviewing that were not civilian complaints.
Okay.
Chair Waits, the case Member Vandeventer was inquiring about was not an officer-involved shooting, nor was it a serious use of force.
Which is why I was asking the question, does the ordinance provide, poorly asking the question, does the ordinance provide that we can review cases? And then I was going to ask you and decided not to, but I will. Does it have to be a post-mortem discussion? Can we, when we have something actively going on, I mean, I think that this board expressed an interest in that case that Member Vandeventer is bringing up. Can't we do that, no?
Chair Waits, Board Member Galloway, no. You can review the investigative findings first to make your decision, but the investigator has to be able to complete the investigation prior to your request for a review.
Okay.
So we're going to check and make sure what the Garrity thing covers, which type of cases, and I believe that whether or not it's officer-involved shootings and serious use of force, and then the other thing is we're going to decide whether we want to list them all in there
Well,
by month,
yeah, okay.
on each month's agenda.
Yeah,
and
we'll
vote it.
figure out.
We'll
Whether or
workshop it in the case
Okay,
review
great
committee
idea.
and
Great idea.
maybe have a recommendation for the
Okay.
board on how to
Alrighty.
sort this out.
Any other comments on Garrity? Okay. All right, let's have a meeting with council and pending litigation or personnel issues. Can I get a motion to go into a closed session?
I move that we go and move to a closed session.
Can we take a verbal vote on that?
I second the motion.
No, we have to do roll call.
And a roll call vote.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.